It is my pleasure to invite on stage Shri Armstrong Pame, Joint Secretary, Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Education, Government of India, Dr. Vidya Yaravdekar, Pro-Chancellor of Symbiosis International University, and Dr. Ramakrishna Raman, Vice-Chancellor of Symbiosis International University. Shri Pame currently serves as the Joint Secretary, Internal Complaints Committee, and Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan in the Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Education. He has held various positions in Government of Manipur, including Joint Secretary in the Public Engineering Department and Tribal Affairs, Director in the Department of Youth Affairs and Sports, and Managing Director of the Cooperative Bank, Imphal, among others. Among his notable contributions is the construction of the People's Road, built in collaboration with local villagers spanning over 100 kilometers and connecting the states of Manipur, Assam, and Nagaland. This initiative has significantly improved the lives of many in the region, needless to say. Shri Pame has received several honors, including the India's Most Eminent IAS Officer Award in 2015 and the India's Distinguished IAS Officers Award in 2021. He has also delivered lectures at several universities. Popularly known as the Miracle Man, he is recognized for initiating the construction, as I said, of 100-kilometer road in one of the most remote parts of the country through crowdfunding with support from the villagers. Shri Pame is a graduate in physics from St. Stephen's College, University of Delhi. He has completed the Transformational Leadership course at Oxford University and Leadership in the 21st Century Executive Education module at Harvard Kennedy School. He was also named a Young Global Leader by the World Economic Forum. Welcome, sir. May I now invite Dr. Vidya to say a few words.
A very good morning to all of you. And I'm very excited that Mr. Armstrong is here on the Symbiosis International University campus. It has been my long desire to invite him to speak on stage at some function of Symbiosis because he's an excellent speaker, a TEDx speaker, and more importantly, I think the work that he's done in his hometown is commendable. Sir, thank you very much for accepting to come here. In fact, we wanted you for the inauguration yesterday, but unfortunately, because of election duty, you could not make it. But we are so happy that you could manage to reach at 1:30 a.m. on this campus, do your talk, and again push off to Delhi this evening. So it really shows your commitment to internationalization of higher education and, of course, transnational education. I'm sure all of you know that he's been the architect of transnational education. When we talk about foreign university campuses in India, whether it's in Gurgaon, in Gift City, in Mumbai, or elsewhere, it is thanks to Mr. Armstrong, who has been very, very instrumental in shaping the transnational policy as a part of the new education policy of the Government of India. So there is a lot that I could speak about Symbiosis, but I don't want to take your time. We want to listen to you. But certainly, I must put on record our deep appreciation for your efforts, for what you've done to the Indian higher education system, and more importantly, for the efforts of transnational education. We were extremely happy that we could manage to get him to our Dubai campus first, even before he came to the Symbiosis campus here in Pune, for the first anniversary celebrations of the Symbiosis International University campus in Dubai, which is doing extremely well, sir. Unfortunately, with the events that are taking place, of course, there is a little bit of hiccup, but all universities are going through it, but I'm sure as the time passes, we'll be back again resurgent for a much better experience to students. So thank you once again, sir, and welcome to Symbiosis.
Thank you, ma'am. I now take this opportunity to ask ma'am to felicitate, sir. I invite the Miracle Man to deliver his keynote address, Shri Armstrong Pame.
Thank you. Very good morning to everyone. I feel very small standing in the midst of so many qualified people. Even Mr. Hardik, who was accompanying me from the airport, he himself has done PhD. The gentleman who was just escorting me for tea, he's also a doctor. So I'm only a graduate. Well, I was doing my training in Missouri. The academy offered us to do a master degree if we wish to, along with our training course. So we just fill up our form and just pay $2,000 for IHE courses. So at the end of the 2-year course training program, we were asked to write about 4 days exam, morning, evening, 8 papers. We got a degree. I passed first class in master. That's it. So actually, I enrolled for doing PhD last year. In one of the top government institutions, I had to undergo written tests 2 times, and then written tests, and then interviews. I remember when I was in South Africa, representing our country at the G20, the interview timing was set at 9 o'clock in India. So I reached the hotel at 1 o'clock, and I slept for 2 hours, woke up, and then gave the interview. Got through, but very difficult. They asked me to attend classes. I thought part-time, you don't have to attend class. So there is something called coursework that you have for the first semester, you have to attend classes. So attending classes was impossible for me. So I had to resign from the course. Took so long to get NOC from the government to do PhD, but couldn't continue. But actually, one of the panelists, madam, was talking about doing PhD for the sake of doing PhD. Actually, I was not on that side. The anchor just announced about the road construction. Actually, I wanted to put down some of the experiences that I got while executing this road process. And since it has become a lot of case study in many of the universities and in many of the institutions, I thought it would be good to put it as a part of the thesis. To do that, I would, of course, having doctorate title would be an advantage. But couldn't continue. But yeah, before I start my 20-minute address, another 5 minutes gone. So first of all, I want to thank Dr. Vidya and your family. As a civil servant, what is our main goal? To enhance the status of the nation, to make my countrymen to be in a better position from where they are, where they were in the past, to give them a better living condition today and even better tomorrow. I was just looking at your brief history of this institution. 1970s, when India was still struggling with so many ills. Kudos to your family for taking up such a big responsibilities. So many thousands of students, our own countrymen today, has benefited out of your academic systems. One of the speaker, Mr. Ravind himself. The entire journey of the nation's progress is built by people like all of you. So thank you once again for being a part of this nation building, and to everyone, the former VC of Symbiosis, the faculties, and everyone in the past who are continuing here. Thank you so much. I, as a civil servant who aspired to take our nation forward, want to thank you once again from the core of our hearts. Yeah, I think they deserve a big round of applause. So I was thinking, what should I speak today? Usually I take up my speech from talking to a passenger sitting next to me on the flight. I usually don't prepare my speech assets, no written speech. So last night, interestingly, the co-passenger was an industrialist whose home is here, who is based in Odisha. He makes gearbox for almost all the vehicles that you and I drive today. Gearboxes. I said, see, as a civil servant, my concern is my boys and girls, after passing out from colleges, degrees, they need to get jobs. What more can you do? If you have the capital, can you expand 10 times to absorb? You now have 6,000 people to make it 20,000 people. So those were on the line of discussion, further discussions. And we came also, what could be the other aspirational? Now you're making gearbox for vehicle. So he was saying, I want to make gearbox for tank, that military tank, which mostly now comes from Russia. 2 months ago, I had a deep interaction with colleagues from Korea, South Korea. They are well known for shipbuilding. I asked him, why not aspire to build gearbox for ship? Endless possibilities. Why I started with this is, as a part of the transnational education, why is our country opening up today in a very big way? Is to get the best of what other countries can offer and tie up with our country, with our boys and girls. Attending a seminar or a conference like this where it is organized by the private people, and when you're one of the few government representatives, you get to hear a lot of things which may not be very, very comfortable at listening, but that's okay. We want to learn from that. I hope Gayatri ma'am is still here, or she left. It's a big lesson for all of us. Listening to people like them gives us more inspiration to do better. So now, why are we opening up? We want to learn from the expertise of those universities which has been doing very, very impactful work in terms of technologies, in terms of new areas, be it critical minerals, semiconductors, be it green energy, be it metallurgy, you name them. Many of these countries. And the best thing about these countries, from UK, Australia, US, now a lot of European universities are also coming. Many of these ideas have come from universities' lab. We are only 75, 76 years of our independence. If you start comparing what Oxford has been doing, Cambridge has been doing, and Harvard has been doing, and you suddenly expect us to come up to that level, it's a little difficult. But what can we do with them? We want to get the best of their knowledge, get the best of their faculties, and tie up with our boys and girls here so that we can also start doing things for ourselves. That is the main ideas of internationalizations. We want to give them the best of experience, that the many of our boys and girls may not be necessarily effort to go outside and study and get the degrees. If I can give them collaboration here at 1/4 of the cost, staying home, I see no problem in it. And it is because of this that the government today has opened up, and I'm extremely happy to tell you that As I speak today, about 20 foreign higher education institutions has been issued letter of intent. About 5 of them had started functioning, including, I think, 3 or 4 in Gift City and 1 in Gurugram. 2 more in Bangalore have started offering giving their brochures. And I'm sure some universities 5 of the universities in Mumbai, I'm sure some of them also have started issuing the admission brochures. I would admit that someone asked me, what is the limit of the foreign universities that you expect to come? I said, we are not setting any limit right now because the appetite for our education system is tremendous. Today, we are close to 4.5, am I correct? 45 million children in the higher education systems. But we are only at 30% of the gross enrollment rate. The target as per the National Education Policy is to have this ZER by 2035 at 50%. That means our country has to bring in 35 more million people into the higher education ecosystem. To do that, the government alone cannot do. That's why we need the help of people like Symbiosis. We need the help of people from foreign countries to come and tie up. And we are also very strict. We're not just getting any Tom, Dick, and Harry into our country. We're also evaluating very strictly which are the universities eligible to come and set up their campus here. Many requests also has been received. Even if it is out of QS 500, can you accommodate us? We tell them very specifically, right now our standard is QS 500. If you are in the subject-specific ranking and you want to set up your campus here on that subject, the committee will examine on this. So we want to get the best of the universities, of the global universities, to come to our campus so that the best of experiences comes along with us. We are also looking at identifying very, very specific niche sector where the job creation can be humongous. We're trying to identify critical fields where our boys and girls, after they pass out, if they become entrepreneur, that's the best first option. Even if not, they do not roam around searching for jobs. 20 days in Pondicherry. After my evening running, I come back and have juice and sit down with the local boys and girls, in that juice shop. Without myself introducing that I'm an IS officer and I'm here on, election duty. I just ask them randomly, just like one of them. Today may not be the best possible scenario, but we are aspiring to change that. There were some engineers, graduates, commerce. I asked them, what do you do? They're delivering Japtos. They're delivering Zomatos. Some of you, I'm sure, must have come across. I have full respect for whatever work people are doing, respect for the dignity of labor, but you do not basically need 4 years engineering degree to deliver those goods. I want to now channelize this energies into something specifics where people can be given a job specific to where they learned. So 2 weeks back, I had a 5 hours tour to IIT Madras Research Park. Fascinating. I request some of the retired faculties and also people from different academics background to have a visit to IIT Research Park. I am so proud that today the government have such facilities. Their artificial diamond making. Why are they making diamond? To sell diamonds? I was like thinking, no. They want to use that diamond artificially produced, use that as a coating, use that as a lined, for the semiconductor fabrication so that the conductivity is faster and the resistance is higher. That level of thinking and work is going on. So I had a meeting with the professors. If I send 100 people from state government universities every month and train them for 15, 20 days, can they still get a job? Yes. They have already trained 700 plus people and all of them have got jobs. Maybe not earning in terms of lakhs, but 25,000, 30,000. And some of them, working after 6 months, they get to go to Taiwan, earn over 1 lakh, 2 lakh. So I assure you, for those of you, especially Gayatri ma'am and all, we want to make sure that the benefits of the national education policy flows down into the interior parts of the country. I look specifically after the state public universities where 65 to 70% of our children goes to. We want to enhance the status of these universities, give them training which they have never imagined. We want to start giving training on artificial intelligence which might not be possibly available in their campus. We want to start a course on not only artificial intelligence, but green energy and other facilities. We want to do that. So why I'm mentioning this specifically is we are also looking at those foreign universities coming into India which specializes in some of these critical sectors so that it brings jobs, it brings entrepreneurships and hopes to our boys and girls. These are some of our target areas. And all the academicians here, I want each one of you, as you go back to your concerned universities and colleges, start thinking of those lines where the boys and girls studying in your campus can be made job ready when they passed out, if they wish to get the job. These are some of the focus that the government is doing it. Next, we are also looking specifically at enhancing the culture of innovation and startup. For too long, India has been looked at as the biggest market of any products. You invent some products in some part of the world, they want to come here in India because we are one of the biggest consumer. So while doing this, we have been so happy consuming the products that is made from outside. I was looking at the history of the aviation, I mean, the Americans, the English people, they have, been manufacturing aeroplanes for several decades now. So even the flight where the chair that you sit on today is made by one company called, especially for the Air India, one company called Ricardo, which is not India-based. Because a lot of safety features are involved in that. We are yet to make even the plane ka chair. Government wants to now focus on innovation and startup. We want to go big. And as an example of our commitment today, we just have announced the Bharat Innovates to be organized in Nice, in France, from 14 to 16, where our Honorable Prime Minister and President Macron will be inaugurating. I'm not sure if, I think your university is participating. Has it been confirmed? Yeah, hopefully Symbiosis will also get to showcase some of the research work that your university is doing. So we want to select the best of the 100 innovators from India. I just visited Agnikul. If you have not seen Agnikul, please do a research. Please do a Google search. Amazing. They are the first one to launch a cryogenic engine, single-piece engine. They have successfully launched last year. Now they are trying to actually launch a satellite. So we want these ideas to come out. Now, if your university plans to tie up with the foreign universities, please identify those universities which specialize in certain field where you can be the master, where you can give opportunity for our boys and girls so that they can be topped in the innovation and startup chain. A lot needs more to be needs to be done. Only government cannot do it alone. We want the commitment of the industry sectors, the private sectors to come and handhold us. In many of the industrial areas that I have visited so far, the last one being the in Chennai, the Chennai industrial area, Shri, Pame, I just forgot the name. The auto hub. There were 43 Korean companies and 45 Indian companies, all in the radius of about 50 square kilometers. Very impressive. Now, how do my boys and girls get to train in these industrial hubs? These are our targets. We want to bring closer all of these industries learning in their academics. These are some of our goals. There are so many more things that needs to be done. Any questions on, but by the way, I have to also tell you that just 3 weeks ago, my role of looking after internationalization has just been changed. But I remain open for those foreign countries. They continue reaching out to me. And the Indian universities who wants to partner with the foreign universities, I remain open to answer some of your questions. And it is an exciting time for India like never before. I believe with this collaboration, we can take our country forward. And the last comment that I want to make is, please also give importance to vocational education. I was listening to the speech of Alex Karp, the CEO of Palantir at the World Economic Forum Davos. As the AI comes, people in these vocational sectors will never lose jobs. Today, many of us are not focusing on that. I want your university to also focus on jobs. I was just asking one of the ambassadors, in your country, if your household electricity goes bad, do you call the engineers from your top universities to come and repair your household electricity problem? They say no, absolutely no. They invite those people who are an expert hand. That can definitely come from our country. So please give importance to that also. Thank you so much, and it's been a pleasure learning from all of you and listening to all of you and sharing my ideas. Thank you.
Thank you for that thoughtful and very promising address, sir. May I invite Dr. Raman to deliver the vote of thanks?
Let me thank Mr. Armstrong for taking out time and being here in person. He landed today morning at about 1:30, and thank you, sir, for taking out time and being here in person to deliver this session, keynote address. There are so many students, faculty members to whom you are an inspiration. And I think he deserves a very loud round of applause, not only for this session, but for all that he has done for this country. A 100-kilometer road through crowdfunding is not something easy. It's very, very difficult, and it's very, very innovative as well. Apart from this, I think people like you are the ones who make a great change for India and for education as well. Since you told about PhD, sir, as Vice Chancellor, I can give a wildcard entry into our PhD program, and we'll be more than happy. The admissions for the next season is on. You need not give any test for all the work that you have done, and it will be our privilege to have you as our PhD student. Don't worry about coursework. What all you have done is itself a coursework for us, right? So I'm not joking, it's an open invitation. It will be an honor and privilege for us to have you as a PhD student at Symbiosis International University. Thank you so much. I think we have got the next session to start. So thank you once again, and we will go ahead with the next session. Over to the MC, please.